those wonderful toys.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and no sooner does Spin Master drop some absolute fire with those Superman 1978 Kenner Star Wars throwback figures, do they hit us with some more heat, and this time it's in the form of Batman 1989. That's right, we've got our first look at the next round of the DC Retro line with these Spin Master Batmobile and Batman combo sets that just started popping up last night at the time of this recording. And this one is a bit of a mashup of past Kenner styles with some very Dark Knight collection box art, but sticking with that 3.75-inch Star Wars scaling in the figure itself. Now, I'm loving the box art. I'm definitely loving that Batmobile. The Batman figure, I'm not so sure yet. I don't know if this is, just kind of a digital rendering, and that coloring will be a little closer to the actual movie. This one looks a little bit more dark gray and black versus solid black. That said, not too bad. You can tell which movie this one is coming from for sure. But that box art and that Batmobile make this set completely worth it as far as I'm concerned. Now, I know this may disappoint some of you, especially the Superpowers collectors who were hoping that the Batman 89 stuff coming up from Spin Master and probably the Superman 78 figures that were just released would be more in scale with the Superpowers line, kind of that 4.5 to 5-inch scale that the initial Batman Forever wave from Spin Master in this DC Retro line was. And I have to admit, I was initially one of those who was a bit disappointed when the Superman 78 figures first dropped online and the initial images showed up. I was not a big Kenner Star Wars person. I had a few of those figures when I was a kid, but never was one of my things. Always preferred Superpowers and He-Man and that kind of thing. So I was like, yeah, they're cool. But then I kind of got on board with the idea of, yeah, this is what Superman 78 would have looked like if there was an action figure line created in the 70s or early 80s from Superman the movie. So I got on board pretty quick, and in hand, they are very nice. I really do like them. Very simplistic in design, but very cool nonetheless. And this Batman 89, you kind of lose a little bit of that by not going back to what the Dark Knight collection was in the late 80s and early 90s, because Toy Biz was still doing Batman in the late 80s. But that said, there's something to be said for keeping Christopher Reeve's Superman and Michael Keaton's Batman in scale with each other. So while this probably wouldn't have been my first choice in keeping with that 3.75-inch scale, I do understand where they're going from. And I do think while you lose a little bit of that DC Retro line idea with keeping Batman in scale with figures that would have come much earlier, there is something pretty cool about being able to keep all of these kind of in scale with each other, I guess with the exception of the Batman Forever line. And from what I've been told, there was probably a pivot in the direction of this line starting after the Batman Forever wave. I don't think that one sold as well as they were hoping, and with Superman 78 seeming to be a stronger seller and having more interest shown in it early on, I think they probably kind of pivoted a little bit and started going that 3.75-inch direction versus keeping things kind of either all in scale with Batman Forever. It seems like that was kind of the initial idea from what I'm understanding, and then there was kind of a pivot to make everything kind of 3.75-inch going forward. Now, I don't know for sure 100% that everything will be the same 3.75-inch scale going forward, but everything that I've heard so far and everything that I've heard that is probably upcoming for this line is still in that 3.75-inch scale. So that can potentially change, but like I said, everything I'm hearing right now is 3.75-inch. And like I said, I'm really loving the box art here, and even the Batman, of course, being in scale and similar style to the Superman 78. They're not super detailed figures, they're not articulated very well, but they are really nailing that kind of late 70s, early 80s aesthetic that Kenner was doing with the Star Wars line. So I'm fully on board with that. I like that quite a bit. And again, coming from someone who wasn't a big Star Wars fan, either the movie really or the toys as a kid, I'm really digging these. I think Spin Master has been on quite a roll lately and has just been kind of knocking it out of the park. And while I understand they're absolutely not going to be for everyone, and guys, if you're not a fan of these, I totally understand why. I'm personally digging them. I know a lot of people are as well. So like I said, I think Spin Master has been on quite a roll lately. And it does appear that this Batmobile is probably the same or very similar to the Batmobile that was released with their Flash movie wave that came out previously. And if that's the case, this Batmobile will actually fit the Superpowers figure, so that's really cool. And if you want a Batman that is more articulated or more detailed, that is in perfect scale with this Batmobile, You can't really beat the Mattel DC Comics multiverse figure. I do have that one also, and I will probably test out that theory as soon as this Batmobile comes in because I think those two will look so good together. Now, I've also been told we can expect more characters from Batman 89 to be released somewhat soon. I don't have any official listings or timelines or anything like that yet. But if we look back at the previous leaks we discussed months ago on this channel, I think we get a pretty good idea of what figures are on the way. And if those are accurate and we're getting a Joker, a Penguin, a Catwoman, possibly some other Batman 89 characters, I gotta say, man, I'm still kind of all in on it. Still kind of all in on it. Now, of course, it'll all depend on what they end up looking like, but I'm pretty hyped about it. So where can you pick these up? Well, it doesn't appear that these are going to be Target exclusive like the Superman 78 figures were because there is already a listing on Entertainment Earth for the Batmobile and Batman set. Now the caveat here is it is a case of 3, so you would have to order 3 Batmobile Batman sets if you're ordering or pre-ordering through Entertainment Earth, but it is up there and it is ready for pre-order now at the time of this recording. I will pop that link down in the description so you can take a look. Not a terrible price for 3 sets. It's about $95, so you expect there'll probably be about $30, I think, once they hit stores, possibly cheaper, hopefully, because they were a little bit cheaper in that Batman Forever wave with the Batmobile and Batman, which I think was about, I think it was 20, it may have been 30. Guys, let me know down in the comments if you remember. I didn't collect that wave, so I'm not 100% sure on that one, what the price was when it first came out, but I think this one will be kind of close to or on par with that. And like I said, based on the price that Entertainment Earth is showing in their pre-orders, it's probably going to be in that $30 range. So like I said, at the time of this recording, those are available on Entertainment Earth right now for a set of 3. If you're looking for a set of 3, or if you're like, you want to keep one in the box, put it on the shelf, open up the other, put it on a different shelf, and have one to sell or give away or something like that, that is available to you right now. I don't know where else this will be available. We'll be keeping our eyes out for additional links that we can pop in the description. I do think these are probably going to be available in store as well. So I don't know if it will be only Target or if it'll be Target, Walmart, those kinds of places. Keeping our ears out for more information on where these are going to drop. But on Entertainment Earth, it does say the shipping date is August 2025, which at the time of this recording is this month. So these should start hitting pretty soon. So definitely keep your eyes out for those. And we will definitely update you guys when we hear more. And we'll probably do that on our Instagram. So if you're not following us on Instagram, I highly recommend that you do so. In fact, we dropped this very news last night at the time of this recording as soon as it hit, and we already had the links up and everything like that. So definitely follow us on Instagram. A lot of this information ends up going up there quicker than we can get a video out. So this is just a quick video for you guys. Wanted to give you the update for those Spin Master fans out there who really liked the Superman 78 figures and keeping in the same vein, this Batman 89, keeping that same style. So wanted to drop this real quick, let you guys know of the update, drop that link for Entertainment Earth, and let me know what you're thinking about this set down in the comments from Spin Master. Is this Batman 89 what you were hoping for, sticking to the same style as Superman 78, or are you hoping for something a little bit different? And speaking of Superman 78, yes, we do have all of those in hand finally, and we are planning to do a review of those, so keep an eye out on the channel. We will have those coming very soon. And we still have the McFarlane Toys Superpower Superman movie wave on the way also. That one has been taking a little bit of extra time, just haven't been able to coordinate getting together as quickly as we hoped on that, but we do have that on the way also. And the Super Friends from McFarlane are on the way as well. We've got waves 1 and 2. We will be doing a big review of both of those waves very soon, so keep your eyes out for all of that on the channel. Go follow us on Instagram. Like I said, all of this is going up there as well. Lots of fun stuff on our Instagram. If you're not already following, please go do so. And while you're down in the comments leaving your messages of approval or possibly disapproval of this Batman 89 set, go ahead and give this video a like if you haven't already. And hey, if you're new to the channel, welcome. We love that you're watching us. Go ahead and consider giving us a subscribe. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We really appreciate it, and we love BSing with all the new members of our community as often as possible. So until next time, guys, keep your eyes out for more figures. Happy hunting, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. With kind of stick... Do I need to start completely over? I might need to start completely over. All right, we're gonna start completely over. Run it back.